Welcome everyone. Imagine that you are entering a beautiful room and we are seated or lying down together. This is week 3 of a global compassion practice. Each practice has a slightly different theme. In a practice as opposed to a guided meditation, we are more responsible for our own minds. There is much less leading. On a side note, I've had some inquiry about running them at different times, so please message me your time zone if you would like different times. There is a voluntary donation of $1.99. It's up to you. This is live, so someone could knock on the door or call out. If that happens, I will go to the door and come back. Imagine that you are seated or lying down, a beautiful room. We are a community, we are together in union, practicing compassion. There are distinct pauses of silence, and we are practicing knowing our own mind. Where a guided meditation is there to stimulate and lead, we lead ourselves here. Let's begin. Sit down or lie down comfortably and we will begin. Start by setting an intention for this practice. In this practice, global compassion practice, we are going to consider and meditate upon the inner chatter of our minds. Keep in mind that the pauses, the silence, is important here. Rather than waiting for my words, create your own paradigm. I will occasionally open my eyes. You can open your eyes or keep them closed. Release your body. Breathe. Relax your breath. Lengthen your breath. Deepen your breath. Try not to attach to my words. Language is simple. Our mind is complex. Move away from being defined by words. We are bigger than our words. If I use the word release, you define that word. If I use the word relax, you define that word. If I use the word deepen your breath, you decide what that looks like. Breathe, release your body. Head, shoulders, arms, legs, body. Deepen the practice. Release head, shoulders, legs, arms, torso. Be mindful that when we practice, this practice follows particular moments. Some of these moments are challenging. That's okay. You are okay. Allow yourself to be who you are. We have meditated upon the concept of the animal versus the conscious self and the fragile tightrope we walk through life. The animal self has sticky feelings. We've discussed this. The conscious self is wise, compassionate, and detached. The animal self is attached. Release your body. Relax your body. Soften your body. Allow yourself to be who you are. Today we're going to focus a little bit on inner chatter, the inner narrative. I will have longer periods without speaking. I want you to look down upon your inner chatter as the observer, rather than thinking, I should not, or I must not, or what if. Listen to your inner chatter as a loving parent would listen to a child. Watch your inner chatter as a loving teacher would watch a student. Over the next several moments, breathe, watch your breath. Release your body. How is your body feeling? What is your body saying to you? Whatever the inner chatter, it's okay. It's okay. Longer periods of silence today. I know this can be challenging. In order to feel peace, we practice. Continue to focus on releasing the body, deepening the breath, gently with self-kindness. As you practice, I'm going to have a quiet talk about inner chatter, our inner narrative, the words our mind feeds us, the clutter of the mind. Our minds can be like Labrador puppies that jump around. In order to feel peace, we create space in our mind. In order to be human beings, we think. Thinking brings unhappiness. To survive as human beings, we tell ourselves stories. We internalize meaning in order to keep safe. To keep safe, we tell ourselves stories. These stories are not who we are. Our inner narrative, our rumination, takes us away from our ability to be compassionate. True peace can only be found when we demonstrate compassion. Rumination, thinking, is about survival. Thinking brings stress, anxiety. Practicing being without thought brings peace. This is a moment by moment learning. Meditate for a moment, for several moments, upon your inner chatter. Our inner chatter, our inner narrative lies to us. We are not our inner narrative. We write our inner narrative to keep safe. As children, don't do that, do that. You're doing that well, you're not doing that well. Release your inner narrative. Move towards sitting in the moment, being present without the inner narrative. If the inner narrative comes up, if thoughts, feelings come up, notice them. Notice them as if you would notice an origami paper boat floating down a stream. Let's take several moments of silence, personal reflection, to consider your inner narrative. When you consider your inner narrative, if you tell yourself not to have this inner narrative, that is an inner narrative. It's about letting go. The animal will always hold on. The wise self will always let go. We have that duality. Sit, lie down, consider compassion. Sit in the development, the growth of compassion. Notice if you are waiting for my words. Waiting is expectation. Waiting leads us into a future which does not exist. It's not about judging your thoughts, it's about noticing them. If you wait for my words, you lose the present moment. It's not about criticizing yourself, it's about noticing. Waiting is the thief of being. Expectation steals our present. Sit in this reflection. Bring your mind back to the body now. Our body knows the answers. Our body holds on to memory, illness, has blockages. Listen to your body, release. Release your shoulders, arms, legs, body, release. Deepen the breath, allowing the pattern of breathing you have. Choose what meaning to ascribe to my words. Now, meditate. Focus on the awareness that we are here from various countries around the world. We have chosen to gather together. It doesn't matter that we're physically apart. It doesn't matter. We have chosen to be here together as a community, to express compassion, to receive compassion. Take a moment and think about a person, somebody who may be irritating, someone that has not instigated trauma, someone that is mildly irritating or possibly irritating. Take several breaths, send that person in your life understanding their kookaburras. Send this person, this soul, compassion and understanding. Compassion is not conditional. Compassion has boundaries, but we don't limit our compassion for others. Send compassion to this person who is possibly mildly annoying. Take a moment now to consider why we demonstrate compassion. We demonstrate compassion because it's altruistic, it's caring about the suffering of another. When we demonstrate compassion, research shows we reduce the inflammation of our body, our heart rate slows, we support our immune system, we sleep better, we move through grief more systematically, we heal more systematically, we get to know ourselves. The practice of compassion benefits both the receiver and the giver. Now, focus on this group, this community. We all feel, we all practice compassion. Take several breaths now and receive the loving kindness from this group to you. When we receive compassion, there is vulnerability, there is humility, there is the understanding that we are flawed human beings, and that's okay. Release your body, sit in silence, lie in silence, receive the amazing love and kindness of this group. Receive the loving kindness of this group because you matter, you are included, we care about you, we see you. Receive compassion. Receive compassion. We are drawing towards the close of this practice. When we depart from this practice, reflect upon your inner chatter. If you choose to criticize your inner chatter, that is more inner chatter. To feel peace is a paradigm, a sentiment of awareness. Compassion is tolerance, inclusion, sensitivity, empathy, kindness. The only pathway to peace is through compassion. Thank you for joining me. Much love to all of you, grateful to you, and know that you matter. Let's, thank you, reflect upon your inner chatter. When you do so, be gentle with yourself. Your inner chatter may preserve the life of your animal, yourself. It doesn't aid happiness. Take care.